Welcome, friends, to Golf is a Four-Letter Word. Approaching the tee box now, your host, Craig Dufton.
Everybody. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Ben surprising me with my mic off when I wanted to start talking.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, Ben. Sunday before Thanksgiving. Josh Frias is with us again. And
hi, everybody.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Thanks for being here. We were just talking about blowing leaves before we went live. So all of you who are relaxing now and probably broken from yesterday's activities, should have been golfing instead. It was a nice day to golf.
Did you play?
No.
It was a nice day.
Drove around, though, with the top down a little bit.
Yep. Nice. That was fun.
That's a good day.
It was a good day, and it was almost as good of a day as last Sunday for Mr. Dustin Johnson. And we're going to talk about the Masters today, and we're going to give you some obvious facts, stuff you know about the Masters, but we're going to give you 10 things that you may not have known about the Masters. Well, how much do you know about the Masters, Jen?
Probably not a lot.
out of all the majors, you know the four majors for golf?
Fill me in.
Okay.
Fill
the Masters,
fill the crowd in.
The U.S. Open.
Yep.
The championship. Well, we call it the British Championship,
the Open.
And they call it the Championship, Open Championship, right? And then there's the PGA Championship. Okay. Mm-hmm. So out of all those four majors, the Masters is the only one of those four majors that's played at one course every year. All the other ones change courses. And do you know what course that is?
Augusta.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Augusta National, right? Which originally, 1934, Augusta National hosted the Augusta National Golf Tournament, which is now, as we know, Ben,
The Masters.
Right. 5 years after that, 5 years after starting in 1934, right? What's his name won it? We all know, we remember who the first winner of the Masters was in 1934.
Bobby Jones?
No, Bobby Jones designed it with Alistair McKenzie. We're going to get into that stuff. That's pretty cool, actually. But I wanted to see how much information you knew about the Masters.
It is on every year in my house. So.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
But you remember so many things from the Masters over the years, going back to when I really got into paying attention to golf, Tiger Woods winning by 12 shots as a very young kid. I think that was 97. And that just hooked me on it.
Yep.
And I won't miss it. I won't miss it any year. I want to be there on Sunday to see who gets it.
You are absolutely correct about Tiger Woods.
Loved watching him.
He was the youngest player to ever win the tournament. He was 21 years old, 3 months in 1997. Very good, Josh.
Look like you got the chills. You remember it.
Let me tell you, that was crazy, and they still always replay so many of those shots that he had. I mean, there was the one that came all the way up and then came down and slowly 16. Just went in. To watch that, it really was crazy.
He's like, oh.
Yes, you won't forget that. Yeah. And, you talk about how the Masters is always played on the same course every year, but they've gone through a lot of redesigns and rehauls there over the years to make that a different course.
Alistair McKenzie designed it originally, and then there have been 11 other architects that have worked on the Masters since then.
Right.
You're the perfect guest.
So it's getting a lot of tinkering.
Actually.
So we'll go from let's go from the youngest champion to Jen. Who is the oldest champion to win the Masters at the age of 46 years old?
Palmer?
No, but very close. Josh?
Josh had
his hand up.
1986.
Yes.
1986 with his son on the bag, which also makes that one of the all-time memories at the
And one
Masters,
of the all-time greatest golf outfits ever that he wore that Sunday, too, with those pants
yellow,
that he had on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jack, he was 46 years old, 2 months, and 23 days in 1986. Yep. So Horton Smith is actually the first person who won the Masters. And unfortunately, we're going to go into that a little bit later, but Horton Smith didn't get a green jacket. Now, we all know that the Masters is famous for the green jacket, right?
Yep.
Well, Horton Smith and the people who won after Horton Smith up until 1949 didn't get any green jackets presented to them. They got green jackets later when in 1949, the first green jacket winner was Sam Snead. So little known fact there. Sam Snead, first green jacket winner, and we'll talk about why they picked the green jacket too. Because I know you guys are dying to know why the green jacket was picked. Mm-hmm. But other things. Let's talk about the stuff that we normally talk about on the golf course, right? How long is a golf course? 7,475 yards. Okay, all the holes are named after the flowers that are on the golf course throughout the golf course. So normally, obviously, this year being the year of the COVID, the Masters was not played in April like it's normally been played, and they decided they were going to play the Masters in November, which I thought was actually really cool. Watching it, I watched pretty much all 4 rounds. Dustin Johnson was absolutely just impeccable, for lack of a better word. But
wire to wire.
I kind of like
confident, calm,
yeah,
in charge. He was pretty impressive.
Well, he hits a very high ball too. You know what I mean? So he's very, very conducive to that golf course. When you like Tiger Woods hits it high, and hard. They really do. I mean, Dustin Johnson was smashing. He was smashing his drives. He was 1 drive, 1 fairway, and 1 green away from a perfect round.
Yeah.
On that third round when he shot a 65.
Right.
Kind of crazy. Let's talk about Dustin Johnson really quick, and then we're going to talk about 10 things that you don't know about the Masters. We may have talked about one of them already, so maybe like 9 more. Sorry. So Dustin Johnson, speaking of 9, right? This year's winner, Dustin Johnson, was -20. He actually tied or broke 9 Masters records.
Yeah. And he had a good weekend.
Yeah. He won the number one, the 20
awesome.
Under par. His 268 was a previous record held by Mr. Tiger Woods in 1997.
Previous was what, 270?
And Jordan Spieth, yes.
So he broke it by 2?
18 under par, correct.
Wow.
Yep. And he's also the first golfer to even get to 20 under at any point in time in the Masters. He had the lowest 54-hole score. He had a 65, a 70, and a 65. Pretty cool there. That's 16 under after 3 days. It's pretty impressive. He's also the first player to have 2 65s in a Masters. He's had 11 subpar rounds at the Masters.
In a row.
How's that?
In a row.
When I tell you that there aren't people that have had 11 subpar rounds
in their lives. Never mind at the Masters.
Even if you allowed them to put them together over years. All right. All of us combined.
Amazing.
Unless in my case, we're talking about like EA Tiger Woods golf, where I was just smashing at 17 under all the time. But
yeah, I don't think I was even
in real life golf. This is the most amazing stat, and he's not even done.
I know.
He can come back next year, shoot a 70, and there's 12 rounds.
Yep.
All right. It's baffling. His play was baffling. It was so baffling, it was actually boring on Sunday for people. The ratings were down. People were like, yeah, he's going to win it. He's got a huge lead going into this. It's crazy, right?
If you know he's going to win on Sunday, though, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to stick around for Paulina, too.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Paulina's outfit later on.
He spoke of that a lot.
Very good.
We speak well of Paulina in our household.
That's right.
Right?
That's
or don't come over my house at all.
Yeah, all of the Gretzkys. We love the Gretzkys.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Josh saving the conversation.
Train of thought still boarding at the station here.
That's right.
Here's another one. Par 3s, par 4s, and par 5s, all under par and winning. He was the 15th person to do that.
Amazing.
Crazy. The fact that 14 other people did it too. God, give me one.
How about this? The 2 guys that came behind him in the tournament shot 15 under.
Yeah.
That's only happened a couple of times. So I think that
and you had Chris,
the
kid from Australia,
different time of year.
Kid from Australia.
They all talked about
he
that.
had all 4 of his rounds in the 60s. That was another record that was broken this year. He shot 65, 67, 69 twice.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. We're going to be watching that kid for a while.
Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So here's another one. Here's the lowest stroke average of players with 25 to 49 rounds. Okay. So his 268, which was his total for 4 days, he shot 38 career rounds at the Masters in 2,699 strokes for a stroke average of 71.02. Okay. That just, again, for the average golfer, you're baffled. Okay. I mean, it's just even, and he's been doing this for years. he's been playing like this for years. We watched a highlight reel of him the other day, and he is
so
just
young.
In 2008, 2009 in the PGA when he was just money, and how he hasn't won more majors is beyond me. But
well, it shows how difficult it is. You got everybody going for it. He's the number one golfer in the world, so he's got that bullseye on his back. And, I think that it speaks to how difficult it is to win these major championships, which makes, what Jack did, what Tiger did.
Crazy.
Really so special.
Yeah. Let's go there to Jack, right? We talked about him being 46 years old, winning his 6th Masters tournament. He's like the Tom Brady. And talk about goats of golf. Never mind goats of golf. Let's just talk about him at Augusta National. Here's our first of 10 things that you did not know about the Masters, or maybe you did if you really like the Masters like I do. Nicklaus holds the record for wins, 6 of them, okay? He holds the record for top 5s, 15. He holds the record for top 10s, 22 times, okay? And he holds the record for top 15s in 29 times.
Jesus.
All right? Now, if anybody wants to argue that Tiger Woods was a good golfer, okay, yeah, you need to live in this era when he was the Tiger, Tiger Woods was him, basically, revolutionizing the game, having Arnold Palmer, as a mentor. I mean, Arnold Palmer was older than he was typically, obviously not typically, he was older than he was. It's a fact.
Most years he's older than
most times he was older.
Every 7th year, he's weirdly younger than him. I don't know how
Arnold may not have acted. I mean, I think Jack might have acted older than Arnold did, but
it speaks to having a rival, and I think during Tiger's days, he didn't have anybody that was really pushing him at that level.
Yeah. So we're going to do a quick commercial, and then we're going to come back and we're going to bang out some more fun facts that you may not have known about the Masters tournament.
Cool.
Have you already put away your golf clubs in favor of your snow shovel? Well, if you live here in New England, that is probably already the case. Living up here year-round is not conducive to living your ideal golf lifestyle. With our friends from Golf Life Navigators and Realtor Income, we can live our ideal golf lifestyle all year long. Golf is alive and well all year in the Sunshine State, and they will find your forever home, or even just your snowbird home, right on some of the best golf courses Florida has to offer. Stop thinking about your next great golf adventure and take the first step today by contacting Ann Cummings at 603-770-1985 or email at AnnSellsSunshine@gmail.com. And we'll find you the house and course that matches your ideal golf lifestyle. Contact her today. Again, that number is 603-770-1985 or email at AnnSellsSunshine@gmail.com. Golf Life Navigators. Finding home never felt better.
Hey, we're back. Thanks for watching Ann there. She's awesome. Give her a call if you're thinking about playing in the Sunshine State. As it was 27 degrees this morning, I'm thinking about it more and more. We're back. We're talking about the Masters tournament, my favorite tournament, my father's favorite tournament. I loved every year my dad and I would religiously watch the Masters, more probably religiously than we were religious. And
you couldn't stand in his way too.
Yeah, you couldn't walk by. I mean, it was yeah. There are people. Hey, listen, people have the Daytona 500. You've got World Cup. You have all that stuff. I mean, everybody digs their own thing. But for me, it was leave me alone. The Masters is on, and I would go out of my way to change my schedule. And having the Masters at 10 o'clock, I was like, all right, we need to reschedule a podcast. Let's go. Let's keep moving forward, right? Here's number 2 for you. You may have known this, but you may not. I think you don't. In 1956, President Dwight Eisenhower, the only member that was a president ever of the Masters, of the Augusta National Golf Club, he had to choose between a scheduled trip to Augusta or throwing out the first pitch at the Washington Senators' home opener. When the Senators realized that Ike was going to choose Augusta over the national pastime, Senators changed their schedule.
Wow.
How's that one for you?
Who won the Masters that year?
In 1956? That's a good question. Do you know the answer to this already?
I do. I have it in front of me.
Go ahead. And can I guess?
Yes.
I'm going to say Arnold Palmer.
Jack Burke Jr.
Oh, Jack Burke Jr. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Wealth
Good
of
facts.
information over there.
Yep.
He's ready.
Giving you more fun facts you didn't know about.
That's right.
Fun facts you didn't know about here. No, seriously. Here I got some fun facts for you. Magnolia Lane. That when you're driving in a Magnolia Lane, it extends from the entrance gate to the clubhouse. The magnolia trees that line the both sides of that lane were put there in the 1850s, and it was paved in 1947, and it's 330 yards, just one 3-wood for these guys down. Or if you watch Tin Cup, it's a 7-iron right down Magnolia Lane. Get yourself a Cadillac.
There you go.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful stuff. So we also talked about memberships, right? President, there's it's a very secretive club, okay? But these people are very, very powerful. There's some serious rich and famous people that are members at Augusta National.
Yeah.
One of them you may have heard of before. It's a little software company, Microsoft. Bill Gates is a member there.
No kidding.
There are actually 3 professional golfers who are members, and I'm going to let you guys try to guess who those 3 professional golfers are that are members of Augusta, that are actual members. Anyone? Jack is definitely one of them. That's correct.
I would say Watson, maybe? Tom Watson?
Nope. But you're going to get the other one pretty soon, pretty easily. If it's not Jack, then who was it? Arnie. Yep, Arnold was the second one. Unfortunately, Arnold left us in 2016, and the third one you're never going to get. It's he's a senior PGA Tour player now, and he was a very good amateur golfer. His name was John Harris. They are the only pro golfers who are Augusta National Golf Club members.
What's the reasoning behind that?
I don't know.
Do they just not offer them to the pros? Or?
I don't know. It's very, the whole mystique of the Masters, a tradition unlike any other, like Jim Nantz says. I got to give him credit for that. It's crazy the stuff that the Masters does. I mean, they have TV rights to CBS, and CBS has had TV rights since 1956. But every year, the Masters renegotiates it. It's only a 1-year contract for the Masters. They've never given it to anybody else. Nobody else has ever produced the Masters. Nobody else has. The Masters are they're the first people to use scoreboards. They're the first people to have bleachers. I mean, they were like leading edge technology since day one.
And they have limitations on what CBS is allowed to even show?
Yeah, to say, you can't call it the rough. You'll never hear the word rough in there. You'll never hear how fast, how lightning fast the greens are. They're the first cut and the second cut. There's a whole list on the internet of things that you can't say.
How long were they not even allowed to show the front 9?
Oh yeah, for a long time. Yeah, there was a mystery.
Like 60 years, they wouldn't show the front 9.
There was a mystery.
Wouldn't allow them to.
A mystery of that too. Yeah. It's very funny because even the list of members, like Condoleezza, there's three women members, and Condoleezza Rice is the most famous of those 3. It's really they're executives from Coca-Cola, they're CFOs, they're CEOs, they're billionaires. I mean, it's just rich and powerful. So it's pretty cool mystique.
Sure.
And that brings us to another one of our fun facts about.
Fun facts.
Yeah, I'll give you one fun fact about the jackets. We were talking about jackets, right? The first Masters winner to receive the green jacket, we said, was Sam Snead, right? So the tradition of the Masters people wearing jackets, right? It started in 1937. They bought the jackets from Brooks Uniform Company in New York. The idea was that the Masters people, the patrons that were going there to see the Masters, could easily identify a member of the golf club by their green jacket, so that they could get accurate information on where to go, what to see. So, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
I did.
I didn't know that. No.
I knew it.
This is working, Ben. So another fun fact is that members of the golf course cannot take their green jacket home. Okay.
They leave it in the locker.
They have to leave it in the locker. The only person who can take their green jacket home for 1 year is
the champion.
The champion. Okay. And then he has to return it. So let me take a guess at how many green jackets Tiger got.
5.
1.
1. That's correct.
Oh, he got one.
Only one. Yeah, that was a trick question, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I fell for it.
I got you. So obviously they get it refitted and they get a new one if they need a new one. But yes, if you win the Masters, once you get 1 green jacket, you can't get 6, like Jack. Otherwise, Jack would be like he'd have all 6 on, like like Super Bowl rings and.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Just checking.
Why, have you been saying stuff and I've just been completely ignoring you?
Well, yeah. No. Isn't that a marriage thing?
That might be. Yep, correct.
Yep. Awesome.
So what do you think so far?
I love it.
Interesting stuff?
I want more. I want more knowledge.
Here's more fun facts.
Awesome.
I'll give you a few fun facts before I give you more stuff that I know that you're not going to know. Because a lot of people know this stuff. Crow's Nest is a 30 by 40 apartment above the clubhouse. Okay. And take a guess at who stays there. Who do you think would stay there? I mean, remember who Bobby Jones was.
The superintendent.
No, who's Bobby? Bobby Jones was the world's most famous amateur golfer. Yeah, you
Beautiful.
certainly would.
The number 1 amateur.
That's correct.
Whoa.
The amateurs, any amateurs that have been invited to play because nobody earns it, you will get invited, and then once you win it, you get exempted. There's a whole list of things as Masters winners besides $2.8 million. $2.8 million. That's what I said. $2.8 million. That's how much money Dustin Johnson won this year for the Masters.
Yeah, that's not including all the sponsorship money he's going to get.
I'm pretty sure TaylorMade might be sending a check DJ's way. So,
wow.
Or maybe Paulina's way, because she had all Adidas wear on there. So that's owned by.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Are they still owned by TaylorMade? I'll have to look into that.
Adidas got its money's worth.
Product placement. Yeah.
Yes, but we had excellent amateur play this year too. You know, we had one of the amateurs was I think he was 2 under, which is pretty impressive. You know, when most amateurs are usually above par. So that's a fun fact for you.
So he gets to stay there for the whole year, theoretically?
No, he gets to stay there during the tournament. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to rent a house.
I see. Okay.
But they do have guest houses there. They do have obviously the Eisenhower cabin is a cool little spot, right? And it was made for Ike. Ike was a huge fan of the Masters. He had a tree named after him. Unfortunately, that tree came down, but he does have a pond named after him too. And they do have a par 3 where there's the par 3 where John Rahm got his cool hole in one. Everybody's seen that video.
That is the shot of all time, right?
So that was a par 3 that they do on the day before the start of the Masters.
Yeah.
And there's a pond that he skipped over, and that's anyone?
Eisenhower Pond.
Yeah, Ike Pond. Yeah.
Ike Pond.
Yep.
There you go. No way.
Yeah.
And that was on his birthday that he made that shot too.
Yes.
Awesome.
Crazy.
And here's a crazy, really a little bit morbid fun fact for you before we're going to take a break after this. I'm going to give you one more fun fact, and then we're going to take a break. And it's really weird. Cliff Roberts was one of the co-founders, along with Bobby Jones, of Augusta National. He was hated and loved. You know, there was the community. He was one of those guys that did a lot of good, but kind of was a little shady. All right, that's supposedly. I don't know if these are really true or not, but I'm not really making it up either, though. I've been reading it. So in 1977, he was 83 years old. His health was failing. He walked to the slope next to Ike's Pond, and he ended his own life.
Oh.
So
that's a fun fact.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's really not the way that I want to go into the next show, but I hope you like this part of it. We're going to come back with some more fun facts in a little bit, and if you guys enjoy it, then give us a like on Facebook and follow us. It'd be great. Thanks. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Wow.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.